And then he got out of the shower and he was in a towel, locked out of his bedroom, and he needed somebody to get into his room for him. And then he asked my friend, he's like, can you pick this lock?
Well, it all comes full circle. Yeah. That was probably the start of a beautiful friendship for them.
Welcome back to Nanodosing. It's Tuesday. It's October 29th, and we're brought to you by Steven Singer Jewelers. Everyone loves talking about our friend Steven Singer. You've seen the billboards. You've heard the expression a million times, I hate Steven Singer. Why? Because most other jewelers hate him because Steven has the best quality. They have real, natural diamond jewelry at the very lowest possible price every single day. No phony sales, no fake discounts, no pricing games, no nonsense, ever. Just easy and fun. That's why he is a jeweler that you can trust. Steven also has the best guarantee in the jewelry business, a full 100-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Plus, they have an unbeatable full-value lifetime upgrade on center diamonds, diamond stud earrings, and solitaire pendants. Plus, free shipping both ways. No one does real diamond jewelry better. Visit our friend Steven Singer in his showroom at the other corner of 8th and Walnut in Philly, or online at IHateStevenSinger.com. Steven Singer Jewelers, that's IHateStevenSinger.com. All right, we're back. It's Nanodosing. It's Tuesday. It is October 29th. Spooky season. We got Halloween coming up this week. Can we play the Knock Knock song?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's put that in.
All-time banger.
That's what gets me in the mood for Halloween.
It's one of the best Halloween songs of all time, bro.
I'd say it's up there. What else is it? We got HALLO, that song. That's a decent one. You know the one I'm talking about?
There's not a lot. The market's kind of, what is that?
HALLOWWEN spells Halloween.
I've never heard that.
Oh, wow. That's
a
jam where
unfamiliar.
I'm from. It's a good one. There's the Monster Mash, which sucks ass.
Yeah, that's not that good of a song. I had to learn that song in 6th grade for a choir I was in. The Monster Mash, the Monster Mash. I had to learn all the words, bro.
Did you do the spooky announcer voice thing?
No, it was some other kid. I didn't have a really deep voice when I was younger.
Yeah, there's really not a lot of great Halloween songs, right?
The market's pretty open.
You changed all that.
Knock, knock. Who got the candy for the kids?
Mm-hmm.
Woo! It's great. It's great. It's great. Love it.
Third year.
Huh?
That was 2 years ago. This is the third year it's been out.
Damn, you getting old, Big T.
I know.
So our podcast comes out on Thursday on Halloween. Should we get dressed up?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get dressed up for it?
Fuck yeah. I got a spirit 2 minutes down the block.
Love that. I want to see Big T dressed up.
I don't know that's going to happen.
That's too much nonsense for Big T.
Come on, Big T. Or is this like a religious thing?
No.
Oh.
I just don't want to do it.
Don't be a Grinch on Halloween.
I'll see. I'll see.
You should be the Grinch. That'd be perfect.
Well, first of all, it would have to be confirmed that everyone does it.
I am dressing up.
I have a costume I can wear.
And then I would have to see what kind of what we can make happen in 48 hours.
I'll get dressed up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're doing it.
You should you know who you should be. Did you see Navy's kicker this weekend?
Yeah, I did.
His name's Eric and he's from Herndon, Virginia.
Yeah, it's a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
Pretty good guy. Winning combination. I'll get
Why do we know the Navy kicker? Why?
Well, he was playing Notre Dame, so he was on TV.
Oh.
And he's a kicker named Eric from Herndon, Virginia.
A lot of parallels.
Similar to the other guy I know.
He's stealing valor from me.
Yeah.
In the Navy. Ironic. So right off the bat, I guess the people on the Toast are a big fan of our podcast. They played a clip. They're diehard listeners of the show. And I guess they want to talk college football with us at some point.
I would love that.
Yeah, I'd like to do. Maybe we can exchange information. We can tell them all the stuff that we're experts at, and they can tell us all the stuff they're experts in. Feel like it'd be a good overlap episode.
Yeah,
I think so.
They were so confused listening to that clip.
So confused.
I loved it.
Like I was saying before, it makes sense to be confused because it was so out of context, and the clip was mostly based on Like I made the clip because Big T's reaction was like funny, but the toast part was like included in the beginning, but very confusing to say the least.
Yeah.
Can
So
y'all fill me in?
Yeah, what happened was on the Q&A that we did, we intercepted their podcast Q&A where we took questions that their listeners had for them, and we answered them on this show. I thought we did a really good job, by the way, of answering the toast questions.
I think you guys did.
Yeah.
I think we crushed that shit. And then after it was over, I said, here's another question from a listener of the toast. And then I asked about the Tennessee-Alabama game so that Big T could get his takes off.
Because Arian, because while we were doing that, you texted like,
yeah.
had anyone said anything, or Madeline or somebody
Yeah.
said,
Yeah.
did we ever talk about UT Alabama? I said, no, they shout your failures and whisper your accomplishments, which is when, and then PFT brought it up as part of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I peeped that part.
So they were very confused about that question. That was not, in fact, a toast listener. Are they called toasters?
Toasters.
It was not a toaster submitted question. That was, in fact, something that we came up with ourselves on the show and fit seamlessly into the toaster question segment of the podcast. So when they were listening back to it, they're like, I feel like they're speaking Chinese. I don't understand what's going on. But then I thought it was kind of nice. They were like, it's nice to be included. It's nice to be thought about. So they were just pumped that we were talking about their podcast.
Yeah.
In whatever context we were doing on this show.
There's very like the crossover of people who understood what was going on is very small. Like
There was
Like,
one guy.
very.
There
It's
was,
like me
Very.
and Mackenzie.
there was one guy in the YouTube comments who somehow listens to both of those shows who was explaining in the YouTube comments what was going on. It was very funny.
And I posted a TikTok about it, and some of the girls were commenting like, "Oh my god, like my boyfriend needs this crossover." Like
That's funny.
they like because they both listen. Obviously, like the boy listens to us, girl listens to the toast. So
That's funny.
some
Yeah.
people kind of knew.
It would be a nice little moment for those relationships out there.
Yeah,
Get to have some things in common with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
You get to do cooperative play instead of parallel play, listening to your own separate podcasts. You can listen to the same one at the same time.
It would be the 2024 Sweet Life of Hannah Montana
Yeah.
crossover.
Also, shout out that one guy in the YouTube comment section. I love earnest YouTube repliers. I love the ones that are there to give actual good information, because then they'll never get nearly as many upvotes as the one troll that's just there to piss people off. But thank you for your service, sir.
Yep.
It's a much needed service. So we're going to intercept some more questions today, right? Not from the toast.
Yes, not from the toast.
What podcast are we going to intercept questions from?
It's called Therapus with
Oh.
Jake Shane.
Okay.
And do you guys know who Pass That Puss is?
Pass that puss?
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I do, but Big T doesn't.
Yeah.
Tell
Why don't
Big
you
T.
explain to Arian?
Yeah, I'll explain to Arian. So his TikTok, he's a TikToker, and his TikTok username is octopuslover8.
Okay.
And his name is Jake Shane, and he's a 24-year-old gay man in LA, and he got famous for doing skits and octopus reviews, and he has a podcast called Therapus where
Wait, when you say octopus reviews, do you
Like
mean
eating octopus.
Oh, eating octopus. Eating puss, yeah.
eating puss, but
I get it.
so he is a very large TikToker and has a podcast, and he asks people to tell him what's wrong. So we're going to talk
Okay.
today about what these girls have wrong with them today.
So speaking of large TikTokers,
Yes.
did we ever get to the bottom of that one guy that was fat and then he was skinny, but then he might also
Nico
could-
Avocado?
Yeah.
I'm not so tapped into that because it kind of freaked me out, but I don't think that the whole thing is that he, I think, just backlogged and taped I think like a year or two worth of fat YouTube videos.
Mhm.
So then he spent the last year or two getting skinny, and then was like, "Pah, I gotcha." And I don't really understand what the end goal is of
Yep.
okay, now what? But that's what I believe we have as of right now.
Okay.
That's all I got.
All right. Well, keep me posted
Okay, I will.
on all the Nico Avocado,
Yeah,
on all the updates with him. I think that he's skinny right now.
he is skinny right now.
Okay.
Currently skinny.
All right.
Formerly, first was skinny, then got fat, then got skinny again.
We got big news on the statue front. I think we been an anti-statue podcast? I think I'm an anti-statue guy across
I think
the
you
board.
are. Yeah.
I think you said just get rid of all of them.
Well, statues are weird. It's a very weird concept to be like, I'm going to make a fake version of you, and then everyone has to look at it for the rest of eternity. I get them outside sports stadiums because it's like this guy played here.
Right.
Yeah, I get that. That's kind of cool. But in general, I don't think that anybody should have a statue. Dwyane Wade got his statue unveiled yesterday.
Jesus Christ.
Did you see it, Arian?
Oh my God, dog.
What are your thoughts?
Shit is horrible. This is awful. It's awful. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess I can't judge too harshly because I don't know how to make a statue. But Jesus, it's just bad.
How did the Heat not? So obviously that's being erected outside the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
How did they not go? Actually, Dwyane Wade statue night is postponed to April, and like get a new one.
Yeah, due to an inappropriate erection,
Yeah,
we've decided to
exactly.
delay the Dwyane Wade statue unveiling.
It's crazy.
My theory is that in the statue making process, once you reach a certain point where you can tell what the statue is going to look like, it's already too late to go back and fix it.
Make a new one.
Make a brand new statue from scratch.
Better than doing this.
I would agree.
Are they leaving that up?
That's going to be there forever.
I bet it comes down.
You think so?
You can't leave that up.
I mean, that's a bad look for the statue maker.
They fixed the Ronaldo one.
That sucks. I like that one.
No, they made a new one.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with this one. He looks like he's 70 years old.
Is this better or worse than Ronaldo?
Better. The Ronaldo one looked like he was an alien. Like an alien cartoon. It was kind of creepy. This, he looks old. I don't know, Arian, when you saw that, what was your first reaction to it?
It don't look like him. It's just weird. The pose is weird. Like why he had so many more moments than that one, I guess. I don't get it. It's very bad, dog. And apparently the people that did it were the same ones that did the Michael Jordan statue outside of the Chicago Bulls there, which that one's great.
Yeah, it's a really good statue.
It's an iconic Michael Jordan moment. You know what I mean? Like, or logo. When you see it, you think of Michael Jordan. Like, who thinks of D-Wade pointing down? Like, I don't know.
It should be that layup that he had against, who was that against? It was 2006 where he like jumped sideways through the air, threw it over his head. Remember that one?
There's so many. He done posterized a bunch of cats in the league. It's so many moments, but I don't know. That's just it's weird.
I feel like the person who is having the statue made of them should get the final say before it's unveiled, right?
It don't look like him at all.
If it's going to be the statue of you want to look at it and be like, okay, yes, I consent to that statue. Because otherwise, that'd be a good troll move, is to make statues of like your rivals and opponents and have them just be the worst statues ever.
How much do you think it cost the Heat had to pay someone to make that statue?
I'm going to guess 200,000. What does the statue go for? I don't know.
I don't know. I have no frame of reference. 6 figures for sure.
I would not feel comfortable getting a statue for less than 6 figures. It's like you get what you pay for.
I mean,
right?
yeah, that statue, that's the 30 grand statue.
Yeah. And then,
generally speaking, the price of bronze statues ranges from 500 to 20,000. Small size statues typically range from 500 to 1,000, while medium statues cost between 1 and 20.
That's
Large
the
scale,
cost of like the materials, though.
I mean,
We're talking about paying someone to build it.
oh, like labor costs?
Yeah.
Don't know.
yeah, you got to send that statue back.
Yeah, you can't leave that up.
No. How much is a life-size 6-foot bronze statue? They can go as high as 75 grand. I would like to pay 6 figures easily for the statue, for sure. But yeah, Dwyane Wade's reaction was very funny to it because he hates the statue.
Of course.
I don't think anybody likes that
He
statue.
should have gotten up there and trashed the Heat.
Yeah.
Been like, who the fuck approved this?
Yeah, it's a bad statue. And you can't screw up a statue for like an iconic player. I'm trying to think who else that's playing right now is going to have a statue.
LeBron.
LeBron will have a statue. Where's it going to be? Disney World?
Anywhere he wants.
Akron.
Okay.
The Heat statue should have been the D Wade to LeBron lob.
I disagree.
Nah.
I disagree because this one was for D Wade. LeBron was a mercenary.
Sure.
And so Dwyane Wade was a great player in his own right, and he gets a lot of like, okay, big three. He's like lumped in with big three, which I mean they had a great run while they were the big three. But Dwyane Wade needs to have his own recognition.
Who makes that argument? He's like top 3 two guards of all time.
Big T just said put him in there, him throwing a pass up to LeBron.
Yeah.
It'd be a cool statue.
It would be a dope statue, but not
At
for
the
D-Wade.
Basketball Hall of Fame.
I mean, D Wade was like what? I think when he won his chip, he was like what, 35 a game or something like that.
Yeah.
Had a couple 40-point games. He's a legend, dog.
Playing right now.
Jordan, Kobe, D Wade, 2 guards. My top 3.
It's pretty solid. Curry.
Steph will get one.
Yeah, he's gonna get a statue.
Giannis.
They should build a basketball hoop statue, and then have Steph Curry making a 3 from like 40 feet away.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Just on the other
Two
side of the
separate
street.
statues.
Yeah, that would be a good one for him. I think.
He's not even on property.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cold, actually.
Have him a mile away.
That would be
midair.
kind of lit, actually, dog.
What about almost the ball's not in yet? It's almost going in, and he's turned around the other direction doing his like chest tap thing.
Yeah.
Like he already knows it's gone in.
Is Steph Curry going to have his mouthpiece hanging out of his mouth in his statue?
Should.
I hope not.
But besides Curry,
Giannis
LeBron,
will get one.
You think Giannis?
Yeah.
Giannis is definitely getting one in Greece.
Won a championship. Probably the best player they've ever had, right?
Yeah.
Milwaukee?
Yeah.
I'll probably go on.
Luka could.
He's on statue. He's on track to get a statue.
He's on statue watch.
Statue watch.
Jokic.
He's on statue watch.
Jokic
Oh,
is
yeah.
on statue
Jokic
watch.
should get one.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You don't think so?
No, he's young-ish,
Yeah.
but won a title, couple MVPs.
What about Boston? Anybody in Boston? I feel like Boston has high.
No.
Do they
Yeah,
even-
no, you have to be.
The
like,
standards there are too
Does
high.
even like Allen or KG or any of them, or does Paul Pierce have one?
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
Nah,
I don't think
Paul,
so.
Nah, Paul's not statue.
Larry Bird has one.
With all
Right?
due respect, Hall of Famer, great player, but like the bar for Boston and like LA,
Yeah.
it's just like Kobe. I mean, he retired two numbers. They retired 2 of his numbers. 20 years. It's gonna have to be a guy like that, a career guy.
Does Larry Bird have a statue?
I don't know.
I think he does. I'm pretty sure I've seen a Larry Bird statue. Peyton Pritchard should have a statue.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, it's 15
Bird does?
feet tall.
Yes,
Yeah, but
in
it's at Indiana State.
yeah, in Terre Haute. What is it?
Terre Haute,
Terre Haute?
Indiana.
Terre Haute. Yep.
Yeah, I guess it's too early to say for the current Celtics if they should have a statue or not. But there's some that who knows how their career goes.
Do you know the only Hawks player that has a statue?
Dominique Wilkins?
That's correct. It's a fine statue.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Trey Young would have a hilarious looking statue.
He would get a Ronaldo looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want them to build a Trey Young statue because I know they'd fuck that up. And
For
it'd look
sure.
awesome. What about NFL? Current NFL players who will have statues?
Mahomes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If Josh Allen wins a Super Bowl,
Oh, they're going to name the city after him.
yeah, probably.
And it's going to be Josh Allen, New York.
Shut
And the measure is going to pass like 99% approval.
Yes.
It might even become their own country.
I think that's
Welcome to Josh Allen Stan.
Just silence.
I think Mahomes is the only guy like guaranteed.
Yeah, Mahomes he's like Brady. He's stealing statues from other people.
Yeah.
Lit.
NHL, Ovi. I think Ovi will have a statue.
Should.
What's your
Sidney
man? What's
Crosby.
your man's name? Big T.
Connor McDavid.
Dang.
Got to win the big one.
That's like he's like the only.
I was
going
gonna say he's the only hockey player.
And even
He's
that's
all-
tenuous given that you said, who is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know his name. I just know he's nice.
I think the ultimate sign of respect is when a golfer gets a statue. Because when a golfer gets a statue, it's because it's usually at that course that they won on. So they have no real investment to you as a person. You're not like a local hero. It's just a place that an athlete came in and dominated so iconically that they're like, we need to put up a statue of this guy.
Did somebody have a golf statue?
Payne Stewart.
Okay.
He's got a great statue. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
That's a good statue. That's one of the best sports statues, I would say. The Michael Jordan
I think it's the best one.
Also, hockey statues always look awesome because they got the skates on, they got a stick, they've got some accessories. NBA statue, it's like you're holding a ball.
Dirk's statue's cool.
It is, yeah.
What's that?
Dirk's.
Oh yeah, his goal. That's what I'm saying. Iconic move, right? You know it's Dirk. Like D-Wade pointing down, looking weird in the face, man. You gotta come on, fam.
Wimby could have a statue one day.
Too early.
I've been addicted to going onto the Tankathon for the NBA, just refreshing that lottery machine simulation till I get the Wizards on Cooper Flag, and the first 3 times that I did it, the Spurs got the number 1 pick. Can you imagine if they had Cooper Flag and Wimby?
Be pretty nasty. Duke won 103-47 yesterday over Arizona State, I believe.
Scrimmage.
Yeah, exhibition.
Yeah.
Ooh, the Barry Sanders statue kind of cold.
I think
is that in Detroit or Oklahoma State?
Detroit.
If the Lions win the Super Bowl, Dan Campbell statue probably, right?
Do you do a coach?
I think
it's got to be a legendary coach.
I mean, Dan Campbell would be a legendary coach.
He would be a cult figure.
Yeah, Paterno had a statue.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, if Ohio State loses to Penn State, which is a distinct possibility, Tate has to go stand in place of the Joe Paterno statue for 24 hours.
I love that. I think he could. Well, is Drew Aller going to play?
Not sure. Nobody knows.
No one knows. I've been very secretive about that. We're going to get to some more nanodosing, and we're also going to get to some intercepted questions for Puss Talk.
Therapus.
Puss talk would be
Puss Talk.
wild.
Yeah, sure. I'll get it.
All right, so yesterday was a pretty cool day for me, watching how that Commanders-Bears game ended. The Hail Mary was unreal. I thought for sure we were going to lose the game. We kind of gave it away in the fourth quarter, and then watching a Hail Mary like that, it's my top on the field sports moment in the NFL that I think I've ever had. As an NFL fan,
you were there?
No, but I'm saying it's my favorite sports moment that I've actively cheered for in the NFL in my life. I can't count the Super Bowl that we won in 1991, 92 because I was 6 at the time, so I barely remember that. But this was. It's actually sad that this is my number one sports moment because it's like a Week 8 Hail Mary win. Ultimately, who's going to care about that? But still, it was incredible to watch, and I just love Jane Daniels. I love him so much.
If they make a Super Bowl run, which who knows that's going to happen, that could be one of the most memorable plays in that franchise history.
Yeah, I mean it was insane, and not just the last play, but also that final drive getting up to it, where he has to go down the field, get chunk plays, and get himself into a position where he can even throw the ball that far. Mm-hmm. He's just an ice cold quarterback.
Does it take anything away from the moment for you that they were wearing their Temu uniforms?
Okay, so there was a lot of discussion about the battle black uniforms. Big T is what they're called.
Okay.
We designed uniforms to look like the Pittsburgh Steelers because the Steelers are a good football team, and so it's okay.
But they don't at all.
They're kind of like a Xerox copy of the Steelers uniforms, but I liked them from the start. Everybody hated them 2 years ago when they came out, and then we have a team that's now they're 6-2, but they were 5-2 yesterday at game time, and everybody was like, "Holy shit, those uniforms are awesome!"
I don't know that people were saying that.
Oh, in the gambling cave, everybody in the cave said that, and I was like, "Where were you guys 2 years ago?"
No, those are it's one of the worst uniforms in professional sports.
It was, the alternates.
The tiny logo on the front of the helmet, it's horrific.
Yeah, but you get enough wins like that wearing those uniforms, and then all of a sudden they become cool uniforms.
If they made it to the Super Bowl, would you want them to wear those?
Says the guy who's wearing Tennessee Volunteers. What color are their uniforms on Saturday?
This Saturday? Yeah, they're black and they're done well. They don't have a logo on the front of the helmet and then like patches everywhere. And well, he didn't because it doesn't make any sense.
Got your ass lit.
We play for the logo on the front, not the logo on the back. Not the "It Takes All of Us" logo on the back of the head.
Sure thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird that they're wearing the alternates. I understand your position on that, but it was
takes
still,
nothing away from the team. Great team.
Yeah, I thought they played
just very bad uniform.
I thought they played well. Couldn't score a touchdown, but they were moving the ball really well, and it was not good that we're kicking all these field goals and just leaving the door open for the Bears to come back.
Yeah, I hate these uniforms. These uniforms are horrible.
No, it's okay. That's fine, Arian.
Nasty.
All right. They still played well yesterday, I thought.
I hate uniforms that like accentuate a non-primary color of the team.
I agree with that. Those should be reserved for Color Rush Thursdays.
Because like if I'm walking by like an airport, I'm walking by the TV and I just glance at it. I want to be able to know who's playing by just glancing. I'll have to squint. Like who's playing? The Commanders. Oh, okay. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's just me though.
No, I hear what you're saying. It's not but all of our jerseys are kind of like that because of the recent name change. It's like I don't have a big tie-in to anything that they're wearing right now. I get excited when they're wearing the yellow pants because that kind of reminds me of the old school Skins unis.
God, I miss the Redskins though. I'm sorry, man. It's I'm in my fifis about it. It's a me thing.
But I'm a firm believer that there can be one player that can completely change an organization, completely change the culture of everything. And I think that Jaden is that special, that he's going to be able to do it and already has done it.
Can you imagine Cowboys Commanders November 24th?
Yeah.
They come out in the Redskins uniforms.
Mm.
That'd be one of the most electric moments of all time.
It would be. Yeah.
They go warm up in the regular uniforms and then come out for the game in the Redskins.
What if everything regular like the old Redskins uniforms, but they just like, take the dude off and just leave like a yellow circle with the feather coming out. That would be kind of an old debate, you know what I mean? No?
Yeah, I don't think that the problem was ever with the logo itself. The logo
is the name. From
what I've seen and from what I've read, was respectfully done, and the Native American tribes didn't have as much of a problem. The problem with that was just like the concept of using Native American imagery in general. I've seen some people talk against that, but the actual logo, it's not like it was Chief Wahoo. It was like a respectful representation. The problem that they had was with the name. So you might be able to bring that logo back.
What about just the skins?
Skins, yeah, I like skins. Sure. Bring it back.
This is as conservative as I get. I miss the Redskins.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if that game had been with them wearing these uniforms, how much better that moment would have been.
It's just the feel, like when you see the old like them versus like the when Cowboys wear the blue, you know what I'm saying? Like one of them old school game, it just gives you a good feel back. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
Getting old, Eric.
It's okay. It's all right to have those feelings. And this
I want
also
my football back.
This also means congratulations to Kamala Harris because of the Redskins rule. Although the Redskins rule doesn't always work out. I think that it's like 19 out of 21 times that the incumbent party has won the election after the Skins won their last football game at home.
So it's hilarious.
I think the Trump-Clinton was an exception, and I think it was George W. Bush and John Kerry.
Well, in 2000 it didn't work, so then they came up with the 2.0 rule.
Oh, the popular vote, right?
It was if the guy who wins the popular vote doesn't win the election, then the next election, it's flipped.
Yeah.
So then for 2004, hang on. In the 2004 election, the Redskins lost their last home game before the election, indicating that the incumbent should have lost. However, President George W. Bush went on to defeat John Kerry. Steve Hurt modified the rule, establishing Redskins Rule 2.0. When the popular vote winner does not win the election, the impact of the Redskins game on the subsequent presidential election gets flipped. So, there you go. But then in 12 and 16, it did not hold true.
Yeah, so the rule's been proven to be incorrect.
So 2 of the last 3, it's been wrong.
Yeah.
Let's make it 3 out of 4.
What about, what's his name, Tyreek Stevenson on that last play? Arian, did you see that?
Tough.
Did you see the defensive back?
No, what was it?
All right, so I think his name is Tyreek Stevenson. He was talking shit all game.
Oh, yeah.
On the last play, after the ball was snapped, he was still like waving goodbye and talking shit to the fans. Yep. And then he jumped up in the air, tipped the ball back to Noah Brown. Tough day. Tough moment on film for that guy.
And it wasn't like he turned around as the ball was snapped. He turned around. The play had been going on for 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Before he turned his back to the play and realized, oh, it's happening.
Yeah. And people out there saying it was a lucky play. Yeah, Hail Marys are always going to be lucky, for sure. But the scramble that Jaden did around the pocket, avoiding pressure, buying all the time in the world, and then making that throw, it was a good Hail Mary.
One of the guys was held.
Yeah, but that's loser talk.
No,
it was a small hold.
He was held, but you shouldn't have put yourself in a position for that to matter in the first place.
Yeah. But Tyreek Stevenson, what do you do to that guy?
This is the thing. This is an optics thing. Him being late to realizing the ball had been snapped is not a great thing, but in all actuality, it didn't get him out of position. He wasn't out of position, right? It was Jaden Daniels buying all that time. He was doing what he's supposed to be doing. Like he didn't do anything out of pocket per se. It don't look good. If he don't catch that ball, we're not talking about this. You know what I mean?
But he was also, I think he was on Noah Brown. It might have been his job to follow him, and Noah Brown was behind the initial wave of guys.
Nah. And I don't know they scheme, but usually how they teach Hail Mary plays is don't let anybody get behind you. And they always teach you to swat it down, never tip it.
Yeah.
So he was reaching for it. If you want to critique him on that, you can. But as far as being out of position, he wasn't out of position. So
we said don't let anybody get behind you. Noah Brown got behind him.
But when the ball's in there, yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't know their specific. He might not have been responsible for that part because they have. There's levels. And so it just depends on how they coached it up. So if you want to critique him on that, you can critique him on that. But he wasn't out of position. He was there. He tipped it. But it's an optics thing. It don't look good, for sure. It looks horrible. It looks bad.
Yeah, I don't know what they do with that guy. Do coaches make you
baller?
run?
Does he start? He's a baller?
Yeah, he's a starter. Do coaches make you run as punishment in the NFL?
Nah, they take your money.
Yeah, they do it like an internal fine. They can fine you for whatever.
Mm-hmm. I doubt they fine him for that. That's just it's embarrassing. The harshest critiquing that they'll do is put your fuck ups in a team meeting. So the whole squad is in there, all staff is in there, and they'll be like, "Now see this right here." They'll do that type shit. And it's just it's a very embarrassing moment for you and. I don't a lot depends on so if he has a good rapport with the coaches and he's dude that is always on time, works hard, they'll be like, hey man, you can't do this, and it'll probably won't be a big deal. If he's a dude that is late a lot and it's on a bubble and they might sit him, they might cut him. It just depends on the dynamics of his relationship with the organization.
My coach would make me run. He'd say there's a hill. Go get real well acquainted with that hill for about 2 hours. It's sad that coaches don't do that anymore. The NFL is going woke.
Go woke, go broke.
Yep. What else we got today? Big T, got anything?
Rally?
There was a Trump rally at MSG. Again, rallies, I think maybe they energized some people to actually go and vote. MSG, New York City, seems like a weird place to do one because New York it's going to vote Democrat.
Did you see Trump? Tim Walz and AOC pretended to play Madden while they talked about, the election.
I saw one clip of it, yeah.
And the Tim Walz account tweeted out a clip that says, AOC can run a mean pick six, and I can call an audible on a play. That's the first sentence.
Yeah.
It was subsequently deleted. But
yeah. To me, this is a guy that just doesn't know anything about video games.
Well, that was one of his social people who doesn't know anything about football.
Yeah, that's what that is. His social team has no idea what he's doing. You know, it reminded me. I don't know if you saw the promo for Kendrick doing Super Bowl halftime show. Like the shit he was saying, like it didn't make no fucking sense. Like at the end when he was walking off, what did he say? Because he was like, he had like one of those punt, what are those called? Jug machines.
Yeah,
and he was like doing it, but it was like a punt, right? And he was just, the shit that he said when he walked off. It made zero sense, but I love him.
I can't wait to be there to see who's going to complete the Super Bowl.
It was like, what? Hey, let me just see. Hold on, I was gonna look it up. Go ahead, give me a second.
So Walls went on a Twitch stream with AOC, right? Was she playing?
I think they were both saying they were playing, but they clearly weren't.
So they weren't actually playing.
I think they had someone playing for them.
Okay.
While they discussed, whatever they wanted to talk about.
And Walls obviously a Vikings guy.
Yeah.
And then what was AOC?
I think she was the Bills, or again, whoever was playing. Yeah, it was Bills Vikings.
That makes sense because they're the only New York
team in New York.
Yeah, people forget that. Mm-hmm. Who won?
Don't know. In this screenshot, it is 0-0 at the end of the first quarter.
Just defensive struggle.
Yeah. Lil Durk, Dunzo.
Damn.
What happened?
Murder for hire plot. Apparently, he's had a number of people become deceased.
Yeah. So the crux of this one was he went after the guy that shot and killed King Von, right?
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, and he paid for a bunch of people to go out to LA, stay in a hotel, rented a car, and then they shot him. Then they went to a restaurant afterwards and talked about it. Because you got to do like a post-game meetup, like go over the film, figure out what we can do more.
It's crazy.
It is crazy, right? To have like a post-murder, just like film session. Mm-hmm. And so he's arrested. He was trying to flee the country. He went to, I think he bought a couple different tickets to go to various countries, like some places in Europe, places in South America, and then they caught him before he got on a flight, I think out of Florida, to go to, I believe it was South America or Central America.
And I think all the places he was going to go had extradition treaties with the United States.
They did?
So I believe so, yeah.
So you got to go to Ecuador.
Yeah, I forget. I'm looking for all the places he had, but they were all like Italy and shit. Like,
yeah, what places don't have extradition treaties? I know Ecuador doesn't because Assange was in that embassy for a long time.
I'm going to get put on a list for Googling this.
Cuba probably doesn't. Panama?
China, Iran, North Korea, Russia, most African states and most former Soviet states, Belarus, Montenegro, Brunei. Some countries with extradition treaties with the United States but have refused to extradite include Ecuador, Cuba, Bolivia, Nicaragua, Iceland, Pakistan, Egypt, Switzerland, Venezuela, and Zimbabwe.
I feel like Cuba would be a good choice because they would treat you like a king there. You'd be their most prized possession.
Yeah.
Good climate, good cigars. Yeah, you would just be. They would take care of you in Cuba. You'd be like the only person on the island that they.
Iceland might not be that bad.
Why does Iceland not have one?
I don't know.
Iceland would be cold as fuck though. Volcanoes, glaciers.
Oh, speaking of which, this might be a hard pivot, but the flat Earth community is in shambles right now.
Why?
Yeah, man. Because there was a dude, I forget his name, but he's like some rich dude, and he's like, I want to settle this once and for all. So he asked like some flat earthers, he's like, what would like convince you that the Earth is flat that we can prove? And they was like, if we go to Antarctica and I see a 24-hour sun, that's impossible on our flat Earth model. Like that can't happen. That would prove that the Earth is a globe. And so he just put an open. It's like thousands and thousands of dollars to make this trip. And so he invited like a couple flat earthers and a couple, people who think it's not flat to come see and to come prove it. And like he went after all the top dudes, right? But all the top dudes started like picking him apart, like, well, I don't really trust you, or having all these like crazy, but you got to do this and you got to do this. And the dude, he met all of them. He's like, okay, you want to bring somebody else? Okay, cool. Let's bring somebody else. And he kept meeting all their demands, but everybody kept backing out, and all the flat earthers kept backing out except this one dude named Jeranism. Jeranism was a dude that was on the Netflix show.
Yeah.
He's been in the flat earth community for a long time, and he was the one that like proved his experiment proved that the earth was the globe, but he still didn't believe it. Is when he held the light up, it would prove that there was curvature. But anyway, it was that dude. And so he's like, okay, I'll do it. And if it proves, and if I see the 24-hour sun, that'll prove it. So they're planning to go in December. But what's happening is all these flat earthers that refuse to go, the bigger ones, they're all calling him a shield now. Like, oh, they got to him. He's like, no, they haven't got it. What do you mean? I just want to go prove it. Like, yeah. I kind of think he's honest. I kind of think I'm getting the fact that he's like, no, I genuinely believe this, and I want to know if it's real or not. And the other ones I think are kind of grifting, or they know that it's a strong possibility they're gonna be proven wrong, and so they're starting to call him a grifter. They're starting to say he's a liar. We can't trust him. Like,
he's
all that
taking
stuff.
money from the propropagandists of the round earth. Yeah,
and Jeranism is like, you guys are liars. He's like, if you talk to a flat earther, this is what he says. If you talk to a flat earther and they tell you that a 24-hour sun still makes the earth flat, they're lying to you. He's like, I'm a truth speaker, or a truth seeker. He's like, I want to find out the truth. And so shout out to him for actually going through with it, if he actually goes through with it. But the shit is, he gonna see that 24-hour sun, and he gonna have to stop making flat earth videos. I think that's what the other folks are, afraid of. I think they're grifted.
Yeah, I think they are too.
Yeah,
because it's their entire identity, right? It's what they're known for. It's all they think about. It's all they discuss. They're content creators that spend all their time thinking about new ways to talk about how the earth is actually flat. And if that's all proven to be inaccurate, like, you don't even want to take the chance of having that proven to be inaccurate. You'd rather just dive deeper into your own brain and figure out more ways to monetize it. Now, I did read something about that, Arian, and I'm hearing that the flat earthers might be pivoting, ironically, to concave earthers.
Okay, let's go.
So they're going one step further, and they're saying actually there's a fold and it's indented in the middle.
Okay, I haven't heard this. Let me check out this model, bro.
So that would mean that like the equator is down sunk at the bottom, right? Which I don't know how that works because it's farther away from the sun, but it's hotter.
I haven't seen this. It's saying like hollow Earth theory.
Oh, is that the same? The concave Earth is the same as flat, or is it the same as hollow Earth?
Concave would be inward, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I do like the fact that there's somebody out there that's got the money that can afford to take like the biggest morons and be like, I'll treat you to a vacation to Antarctica, just so I can change your mind.
That's hilarious.
Elon Musk should offer rides on his rocket ships to flat earthers. Be like, you can stay here and I'll just shoot you up into space and you can look at the earth and then we'll come back down, we'll land, and then you'll have to admit that you're wrong. That would be the ultimate use of fuck you money, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I'm not that rich.
But Musk, he's got the money to do it. He has a rocket company. He could just say, like, true believers, I'll give you a ride.
Did you see him doing the worst USA chant of all time yesterday?
I did not see that.
Hey, yo, fam. That shit is so weird to me. A white South African man chanting USA is the weirdest shit ever to me, dog. Like,
I mean, I'd be fine with it if you can do it right, but it was, worst USA chant I've ever heard.
Did you know that he was an illegal immigrant at one point?
I did not.
Yeah.
Was he really?
Yeah, I don't know if it when he was starting PayPal or his company before PayPal, but yeah, for I want to say like 8 months to a year, he was here on a student visa, and the visa had expired, and he stayed here. So for that period of time, he was an illegal immigrant.
Lock his ass up.
Pretty wild. And I saw a conference where it was him and his old partner talking about it. His partner mentioned it. He's like, "That's kind of a gray area." He was like downplaying it. He's like, "No, we were two illegal immigrants at the time."
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's funny, dog.
that's pretty wild.
He came, took all these jobs.
So let's see. Anything else we want to get into? We're gonna do some Q&As, some Q's and A's. Let's get into it. Before we do, brought to you by Cars.com. Cars.com is the best. They're the best place to find trustworthy dealers, dealership reviews from shoppers like you. If you're not sure where you want to go to purchase your car, check out the different dealership reviews that they have on Cars.com from customers just like you that will be able to tell you where to go to get the best price and best service and the best shopping experience. Cars.com offers the latest research, shopping tools to help every shopper find the perfect car. You can shop by monthly payment. You can filter by features to find the cars that fit your budget, fit your needs. And they've got the Cars.com parking spot right out front here. Who's parking in that? Who currently owns it?
I actually don't know.
It taunts me every morning when I drive past it because it's such a good parking spot. I just want the Cars.com spot. You can visit Cars.com and start exploring your next possibility today. Track your car's value on Cars.com. All right, let's do some questions for Eat That Puss.
Yep, totally. Okay, so most of this episode, just to give us context, because I don't think a ton of our listeners probably listen to Therapus. He brings on like a different guest every week, and that's kind of what the questions are based around, is like the guest. And this episode that I'm taking questions from, it was his two roommates. So there's these two girls.
Okay.
And so it's the three of them. And so they're all kind of roommate-based type of thing and living situation-based. So that's the context there. So the first one. When my roommate was blackout drunk, she brought a chunk of cement home from the club and tried to throw it at me. I stayed home sober that night, and she woke me up to do this. We have had zero issues before this and get along great now. Get along great. Now she claims that she doesn't remember any of this and avoids conversations about it. What do I do?
Threw a block of cement. I need to know how big this block of cement was.
I'm going to go with like this.
Well, how could she? That's a heavy block of cement.
Yeah, like a brick size, I was thinking.
I would say, I'd say bigger than a brick. I feel like she would say, if you're saying chunk of cement,
and
that leads me to...
Where'd she find the cement? Did she find it outdoors and then she brought it inside to throw at you?
That's what I'm thinking.
I believe the context is like she was near a construction zone.
Now, if you guys were walking home and she picked up a block of cement and threw it because she was like messing around with you, that's one thing. But to do it, like to pick up the block and then walk with it, then go in, to take it inside and then throw it at you, that screams intent. Whereas if you just picked it up on the side of the road because you were drunk and you were trying to like mess around and you just picked it up and threw it towards you, I almost need video surveillance footage of this encounter.
How drunk was she?
How hard did she throw it?
Yeah.
How big was the piece of cement?
Yeah.
Did she hit her with it?
I don't think so.
Was she doing it to joke around? Was she doing it because she was actually mad at you for something? There are a lot of questions that I have about this.
Yeah. She said she woke her up to throw it at her. Like, imagine if like me and Mackenzie are roommates and I'm sleeping and Mackenzie like goes, Madeline, and just throws it at me.
Yeah, did she go into your bedroom and she was like standing at the foot of your bed holding a block of cement over her head?
Yeah, it goes, "Whoa."
Yeah, because if that's the case,
That's assault.
I'd move out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, like what do you even do there? And the fact that she like refuses, like, or even if she doesn't remember it happened, like, you know, won't talk about it, will like refuse to acknowledge the situation existed. I would be like on my hands and knees begging for forgiveness.
Yeah.
Right.
If I threw a chunk of cement at someone.
I've done some
drunk?
dumb shit drunk, but that's weird.
It's bizarre.
You ever draw on your friend's face?
No, that's white people shit.
Yeah, it is. That's one of our proudest traditions.
Americas.
Like you can't. You got to know, like when you party with white dudes, you got to know, like don't fall asleep in front of your white friends if you're drunk.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're gonna wake up with a whole bunch of dicks on your face, and
We'll get you.
It gets weird really fast.
We'll get you. Yeah, I've done that a few times. Never thrown a piece of cement at anybody though.
Where does one acquire that?
A construction site?
Yeah, I'm
she
assuming
said?
like some construction zone thing.
Yeah.
I done done some stupid shit drunk before. You know what I'm saying? That's I don't know what you do. I guess you just have a conversation like, look, fam, like that can't happen again.
Yeah, that's
know
not
what I mean?
allowed.
Also, how do you miss?
Yeah.
You're drunk.
Bad throw.
But like if someone's laying in bed, it's a pretty easy target.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So
like,
maybe she was like, I'm just gonna fuck with her. That's the only thing I can think of.
yeah. It's a very easy target. It's like when Ben Simmons tried to throw the fish back into the water. You remember that?
Did he miss?
No clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, he caught a fish and he was like standing on a dock, and then he tried to throw it back into the water. And he missed it and landed on the dock.
This is
man,
basketball,
man.
Ben Simmons?
Basketball Ben Simmons, yeah. I think it was during the bubble, I believe.
Interesting.
But yeah, you can't miss your roommate if she's just laying in bed. That's kind of weird because that does imply that she found it outside, brought it inside to wake you up, and then threw it at you. Again, lots of variables here. I think this conversation could go anywhere from, hey, I'm moving out because you tried to kill me with a piece of cement,
Yeah.
to, hey, that was kind of funny, but don't do that again because it might actually hurt me next time.
Yeah. I think it's an extenuating circumstance where you could break a lease.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think it's
It depends on how well we know the person.
Yeah.
They
You know
said
what I
that
mean?
she said that they got along great and have never had any issues.
But I'm saying it
Besides
depends.
the
Like,
cement.
is this like the homie? You know what I mean? Is this like my dogs?
Right.
Or is it like a roommate situation where, we're cordial? Because if it's a roommate situation, we're cordial. No, we gotta talk, dog. But if it's like one of the homies, it's like, hey man, don't do that shit again. You know what I mean? Stop, bro. Come on.
It's kind of funny. The more you know somebody, the more you're allowed to throw cement at them.
100%.
Yeah.
I also feel like a dude throwing cement at another dude, that sounds more reasonable in my head for some reason. That might be me being sexist. I'm not sure. But I don't think you should. I also think it's bad that she's not even acknowledging the situation.
She might not remember.
But even so, be like, I'm so sorry if I did that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's that one.
Okay.
Okay, next one. My roommate's boyfriend got charged with stealing a car, and I asked her not to bring him over to our house until he goes to court. She proceeded to wait until I went out of town to sneak him in, but I caught it on a Ring camera. Help.
Okay, so what does going to court have to do with anything?
Like maybe if he gets like taken to jail and he's not around anymore?
I'm thinking she wants to know if he's proven innocent or guilty yet. Because obviously she thinks he's innocent, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to make, like, if he's,
Yeah, I guess it's still in the car.
if he takes a plea deal to stealing a car, is she going to be like, okay, he can come over now that he's faced justice?
that's what it sounds like.
Like, she's waiting for all the facts to come out, but what is she going to do afterwards? Like, obviously, if he's found not guilty, she has to say, okay, he can come over, even if she still thinks he did that shit, right? Like, what if he's found guilty on a technicality? Is he then, now you're going to change your mind and be like, okay, this guy can come over?
But again, it's more context. Is this our home, right? Because if we're like splitting if it's an apartment or something like that, I own just as much of it as you do. So suck my dick, I bring over who I want to, right? But if it's like my house and I'm like it's like a sublease,
Yeah.
then yeah, got a little more say so.
That's true. Also, ladies, I have a question for you because I don't know if this is internalized misogyny or whatever you want to call it. In my personal experience with women that I've known, they are much more picky about who their roommates could be bringing over to sleep with if they are not currently in a relationship. So, like, if this woman is single, then she's going to be like, don't bring your car thief boyfriend over.
But if you're in a relationship.
But if you're in a happy relationship, then you're just like, she's making some bad choices. I don't know if I like the guy, but she can fuck whoever she wants.
I hope I don't operate like that.
I don't think I personally have, but I get what you're saying.
I think the reason
like they're just projecting their singleness
might be frustrated.
onto you.
Yeah.
But
I
that
also
totally makes sense.
I think also there's a point where it's like if I'm in a relationship and you have a shitty boyfriend and we're roommates, like I can leave and go hang out with my boyfriend and like avoid him. And if I'm single, I kind of have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Well, if you're single, you can go to a friend's house or something.
Right, but like I'm not sleeping over my friend. I'm not like sleeping over my friend's house.
But you could
every
if
night.
you need
I
to
could.
get away.
If I needed to, I could sleep. Yeah, that's true. But
Is it like
yeah.
a safety thing? Is it a safety aspect?
That's what it
involved?
sounds
it
like.
sounds like
Especially
he's a
'cause
criminal.
she's saying like after the court date, because like PFT said, like what's she gonna do?
She needs a boyfriend.
after?
She needs a boyfriend. She needs somebody to say, touch me while your friends play Grand Theft Auto.
Right.
So true.
Right?
So true.
This is different though, because this guy is a criminal. I think she's probably worried about like this guy
Safety.
stealing
Alleged
shit.
criminal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like she just wants to see how it pans out, and then she can like make her decision.
But I think she was like, "Don't bring him over here because if he steals my shit, then that
Right.
would be
I don't
bad."
trust him. Yeah.
if he's like actively involved in doing it
That-
before he gets tried.
That could be a reasonable concern. Like
Yeah.
if this guy is going out there and going up to cars with a gun and being like, get the fuck out of the car, I'm taking this.
Imagine what he can do to your jewelry when you're not even home.
Yeah, you probably don't want that guy in your house.
Do a number on that shit.
I had a roommate who had spent, I think, 8 months in jail in college, and he moved in right after he got out of jail, and he was a good friend of mine, still is. And we had a random roommate that was put with us, and the random roommate did not trust my friend because he had just gone to jail, to the point where this random roommate would lock his door to his room when he would leave to go to the shower, which was right outside his door. And when I say right outside, I mean like it was a corner and the doors were adjoining in the corner. So he would walk out of his room in a towel, lock his door with a key, bring the key into the bathroom, take a shower, go back, unlock his door, and go into his room.
What was the guy in jail for?
He had broken into a couple cars when he was like 19 years old,
Yeah, it's reasonable man.
and like stolen some.
Yeah, then
cash
that's
and stuff
perfectly
out.
reasonable.
Reasonable man.
It was until one time he accidentally locked his keys in his bedroom,
Yeah.
and then he got out of the shower and he was in a towel, locked out of his bedroom, and he needed somebody to get into his room for him. And then he asked my friend, he's like, "Can you pick this lock?"
Well, it all comes full circle.
Yeah.
That was probably the start of a beautiful friendship for
That's
them.
unreal.
Then he couldn't pick the lock, and so they just had to break the door. They just had to like hit it with their shoulder until it broke open.
Well, see, then I would trust him after that. Like, you're a shitty criminal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How'd you get caught?
No, I think it's probably a valid concern if this guy is like honestly stealing shit from people left and right. You probably don't want him in your house taking your stuff. But I don't know if like him going to court is going to.
I don't think that was I think she was just saying that, like, thinking once he goes to court, he'll be in jail and it's over with.
Maybe, yeah.
Right.
That could be, yeah.
I don't think she was like, once he goes to court, then it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was probably just using that as like a reference for like when
He won't
he's
be
allowed
around.
back if he's freed.
Yeah, I want him to face justice.
Okay, last one.
Yep.
Okay. Should I stay in LA or move to New York City? I'm from
Stay in LA.
I'm from San Francisco. I live in LA and I've lived here for 6 years. I don't know what to do. I'm 24. Should I have a New York moment?
Wait, so this person's just thinking about moving to New York for no reason?
Yeah, kind of.
This person's got some money.
So they're
this
rich.
is
Yeah.
a rich people problem.
Yeah,
Move to New York.
Moving to New York as just like an idea. It's just something like it's
I
a
can't
long vacation.
fathom something worse.
To have a New York moment.
Yeah. This person's too rich. Yes, you should move to New York because
Yeah.
you deserve to be separated from some of your money.
Yeah.
Like that's your hobby. Your hobby is moving to different cities.
Yeah.
You just
I've
want
been in LA for 6 years.
you just want to put the NYC plain emoji LA in your social media bios. That's all you want to do.
No, that literally is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
and be like, oh, I'm bi-coastal.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
imagine
yes.
imagine just wanting to live in New York for no reason other than you want to feel like you're in the Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Yeah.
Or Sex in the City.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, she's like, oh, I have places on both sides. It's, you know.
Well, here's what's going to happen. You're going to move to New York and you're going to realize very, very quickly that it's not as glamorous as you think that it is on TV.
And it's way different from LA.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
completely
You're
different.
going to have to get ready to learn 500 square feet, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the amount of money you have to make / have per year for New York City to be an enjoyable experience?
To be enjoyable overall?
Yeah.
I enjoyed New York.
I think that if you're younger, because everybody out of
Yes.
college, you kind of live in a certain amount of squalor. And
No,
you can
but
have
I'm
fun
saying
being broke.
I'm saying have a nice apartment,
Yeah.
have like money to do the stuff you want, like to have a nice life.
I'd say probably 200,000.
Oh, I think it's more than that.
You think so?
3, maybe
Well,
4.
It also depends on like what you consider nice life. Like it could be different.
Big T's talk about a nice apartment, like a comfortable
Right.
living space,
Yeah.
like something that you would actually want to live in another city besides New York. Is
Yeah.
that what you're
Yes.
saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's a ridiculous place to live.
It's insanity. Doing that voluntarily is nonsense.
I'm gonna be there on Thursday. I like visiting New York.
Yeah, I love visiting New York.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell I could live there. But like going there for like, 4 or 5 days, it's vibe.
Tiny ass hotel rooms in New York.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Except for the one hotel in Brooklyn, New York. The rooms are crazy big. It's weird.
And it's like a really nice view too.
Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful view of Manhattan. It's dope.
I'm glad I don't live there anymore.
Live in Hoboken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a good place in Hoboken.
Yeah. All right. Anything else we want to get to today?
Chilling, man. It's good to be alive. Good to be here with you guys alive. It's just grateful.
There you go.
Aw.
Tennessee Minute.
Didn't play.
You don't have anything to say though? How'd you do on the bye week?
Good, I think.
Do you alter your college football Saturdays if you're on a bye?
Me personally?
Yeah. Do you watch as much college football?
I watch every game, brother.
Yeah.
I watch
respect
every
that.
game.
I respect that. I respect that a lot. All right.
Whoever did the Vol video rollout for the black uniforms deserves a raise. That shit was maybe the best promo sports video I've ever seen.
It's so sick.
This shit was insane, dog. Uniform's still mid, but everything else, unreal.
You teed off about anything?
No, I don't think so.
I got to put the El Camino away for the wintertime. It's
I-
about that time.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna see if I can't park that at the office in the garage next to Vanny Woodhead.
What's the temps over there in Chi-Town?
It's actually kind of nice. It's going to be in I think the 70s tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
But then after
Gross.
that, I think we're done.
That shit is fucking 90 over here still.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's October. It's 90 in October.
Enough.
It's disgusting.
We talked so much shit about the Chicago winter last year that I feel like this year it's comeback season. It's going to take it personal.
I don't even think it was that bad last year.
Yeah, exactly.
they're saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
we-
Gotcha.
Yeah, everyone who's like a transplant to Chicago was like, "Oh, this is not that much worse than New York at all." And then this year, I think it's coming for that ass.
No, I'm still talking shit. It wasn't anything to write home about.
Yeah, you don't think it's got it like that?
No, I think it's lost its fastball.
Damn.
Damn global warming.
Yeah.
Ah,
Got
Big T
it.
believe in climate change?
Where I don't know how you got there.
Chicago winners.
That would
Well, I
mean
do
it's
believe
cold.
in climate change. The climate changes all the time.
Well, it's way too early for this debate. I don't want to talk about it, John.
You brought it up.
That's a joke. I don't want to talk about polar ice caps and data.
I know that's true.
It is the sports equinox today.
It is.
We
Yep.
get all 4 major sports.
Ooh.
Pretty incredible. You had a World Series preview, Big T?
Preview. It's
Yeah.
2 games
Yeah,
in.
preview of the next 2 games.
I've got Dodgers in 5.
Okay. What's the word with Otani?
He's in.
I think
He's
they
playing.
said they're counting on him playing.
Okay.
That's what's crazy. Is I went to go have some drinks with my man's in DC, and we go to this sports bar, and on the New York versus LA. I didn't know that, and it's a World Series. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What?
Wait.
It's just a great. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I thought you were gonna say something like so specific you saw on TV, but you just saw the World Series.
yeah, I saw
Existed.
Game 1.
Did you see the end?
Nah,
It was like the coolest ending of all time. Freddie
Yeah.
Freeman had a
Fuck.
walk-off grand slam.
Sorry, Mackenzie.
Jesus, I missed it.
It was very
Wow.
cool.
Yeah, it was brutal. As a baseball fan, I loved it, but as a Yankee fan, I hated it.
It was cool because in that moment, you know that he thought about that when he was like a 7-year-old kid.
Yeah, and he said it in his post-game interview. And they walked Mookie Betts before, so it was just like even crazier.
Also, Freddie Freeman, like one of the most rootable for people of
Yeah.
all time.
That's what was
Like-
so annoying too. I was
You
like,
can't
well, I
even
can't
hate
be
the guy.
mad at
And then he
Freddie
got
Freeman.
in the post game. He was like, this isn't about me. This was for my dad. Like,
Aw.
he's the best. I fucking love Freddie Freeman. Unless he goes into the Hall of Fame as a Dodger, in which case I'll kill myself.
Yeah.
Well,
But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
He won't.
I don't think so.
He won't do that.
I think worst case scenario is he doesn't pick a team, but I think he would still pick the Braves.
Yeah. I think so too. In the NFL, you don't pick a team, right? You just go in.
Well, yeah, because it's just your face.
Yeah.
But
And it's-
in the Baseball Hall of Fame, they put a logo on your hat,
Yep.
unless you tell them not to.
Yep.
I think Greg Maddux didn't pick a team.
Good for him. All right. Today's episode is also brought to you by Shady Rays. Shady Rays sunglasses. Get ready for game day with the latest addition to the Barstool Sports Rival Collection, the Barstool College. Shady Rays has partnered with Barstool Sports to bring you a new lineup of premium polarized shades that are perfect for showing off your team pride. The Barstool College Collection features bold colorways inspired by some of the biggest names in college sports, ensuring that you will find the perfect pair to rep your team. Whether you're at the tailgate or if you're in the stands, these shades deliver all-day comfort, top-notch performance. Plus, with Shady Rays' hassle-free returns and exchanges, you can shop with confidence, elevate your game day look with the Barstool College Collection. Head over to shadyrays.com, use code MACRO to get 35% off polarized sunglasses. See for yourself why over 300,000 people have rated these shades to be 5 stars. Shady Rays, they're awesome. The Rival Collection is intense. They are intense sunglasses, and I absolutely love them. They come in most college colorways, so perfect for game day to be rocking the Shady Rays. Big T, do you think, I'm going to put you on the spot, does Tennessee make the playoff?
Yes, but I'm increasingly concerned about the number of teams that are in line to fuck us. But I think yes.
You're like that girl from the internet?
No.
How many
I am
guys
not.
did she fucked 100
I think
guys?
100.
Yeah.
What?
I'm very woke about this. This girl, she said, I think at first she said she fucked like 24 guys, and then she did another one, and she said she fucked 100. Now she wants to try to do 1,000.
Like in a day?
I don't think
Yes,
she's actually
yeah.
having the sex.
I think she filmed it.
I don't know.
Did she film all of it?
No, I think she filmed like the beginning.
Yeah, and
and
she-
then I don't think she was like
My
actively filming.
No, my understanding is that this is a pornographic actress who did this for, like, that was the whole point.
That was my understanding too, but I haven't done enough research to know what she's actually posted. But I get the feeling like she is loving all the attention that she's getting for it because it translates to more subscribers for OnlyFans, and that's how you make money. Like, the OnlyFans game is brutal. It's like just
Jesus
as much
Christ.
publicity as you can make for yourself. Generate all the publicity because that makes your paycheck way bigger.
But you're not going out there saying you had sex with 100 guys and then not putting it out.
She might. Who's going to call her out?
Right.
I think everyone.
Fellas, if you have daughters, stay in your daughters' lives. Love them. Teach them that
Agreed.
they are amazing and beautiful and smart, intelligent human beings, and that the approval of anybody else doesn't matter. It's just as long as you love yourself. You know what I mean? Stay in your daughters' lives, man. Please.
It's well said.
100%.
She is a great entrepreneur.
I bet she's making a killing.
Yeah.
My man said great entrepreneur.
After that speech.
Well, now there's a gap in the market. Corinna Cox
Yeah,
is
I just gave a whole speech and you said, yeah, she's a great entrepreneur though.
Great businesswoman. She's a businesswoman.
Oh my.
Oh, come on.
Oh my.
I just don't think that she's doing it. I think you could would you think it'd be better if she said that she was boning 100 guys in a day and using that to generate publicity and making a lot of money off of it and then not actually having sex with 100 guys in a day?
It's like the thing where
I
it's
think
like,
that would be
you-
preferable to the
It would be better for society if that was the case.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'd be better for her business.
I mean,
We're a
just
fallen state, Big T. We got to repent, man.
in terms
we'll
of
find out in a week or so.
how much time, like how does that break down? She didn't do it. She didn't stay up for 24 hours, right? You got to be tired at some point. You got to take a nap.
Right.
So I'm guessing she was probably awake for 14 of the hours. Like
No,
working,
more
she was
than that.
working for 14 hours. And then that's like what? Do the math for me.
7.
Was that 7 guys an hour? So one guy every 8 minutes?
Now, may I ask, do you think she was doing more than one-on-one
Oh, yeah, yep, that's a fair point.
Interesting.
for efficiency reasons?
I didn't
That's a
think
fair
about
point.
that.
Now we're getting to that Silicon Valley conversation where they're talking about how many guys you could jerk off in the span of like the most efficient way to do it, where they were trying to figure out the middle out technology.
Yeah.
They were writing a piece of software and they're like, okay, how? Then somebody made a joke about jacking off everybody in the audience, and then they're like, okay, the most efficient way, have them stand tip to tip, do this, half strokes. That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to figure out how to maximize her time. And then there's got to be some time in there that she has to clean up. She's got to take a lunch break, right? Got to stay hydrated.
Fuel. Yeah, that's absurd.
Yeah, working hard. She's earning that paycheck.
Honestly, I hope she's just saying it and didn't actually do it. Respect
Yeah,
to her for
Yeah.
making that up.
playing the system.
Yeah.
I do have one last question. This is, am I the asshole from Reddit? Somebody tweeted this at me today, so I'll read it to you guys here. Am I the asshole for not believing my boyfriend that suddenly became gay due to the altitude difference when he was on a work trip in Utah? I can hardly believe that I'm writing this or that it happened, but I am, and it did, so here we go. I, 28-year-old female, have been with my boyfriend, 29-year-old male, for 3 years. Every now and then, he has to go to Utah for a few days because his team has a customer service branch that operates out there. I got a text from one of his coworkers who has become a friend of ours, and it said that on the trip, my boyfriend cheated on me with some guy on the customer care team. I did not believe it at first because, first of all, my boyfriend is always identified as straight, and second of all, I just couldn't believe it. When he got home, I asked him about it, basically expecting him to confirm it was nonsense. Instead, he got real quiet and had to sit down and said he had to tell me something. He said it was true. He did have a one-night stand with a guy. I couldn't believe it. I asked him if he was telling me he was gay or bisexual. And regardless, cheating is cheating. He insisted he was not gay at all, but, quote, the strangest thing happened, end quote. He said that when he was at the dinner with his Utah coworkers, he suddenly became gay. I was like, what? What the fuck? He says he thinks it was due to the altitude. Your thoughts?
Denial is a river in Egypt. Your husband is gay.
You don't think the altitude had anything to do with it?
I mean,
I've
maybe,
been
but
up
he
pretty
still
high,
cheated
bro.
on her.
Never saw a dude and was like, maybe today's the day.
How high have you been?
I've been over a mile and some change.
Okay.
Still straight?
Pretty. No gay thoughts yet. No.
What were you doing when you were a mile and some change up?
What was it? Skiing? Snowboarding, actually. I've never skied. Snowboarding.
Okay. That's pretty straight.
No, I was cutting the cocaine.
If you go
On
up
the
to the top of Mount Everest, that's just a line of dudes waiting to party at the top. It's just a big gangbang at the top of the mountain. You sleep in a tent with another man, sharing soup with another man, candlelight. It's very romantic being on a mountain.
High key.
Yeah.
He might not be gay, though. He might just be bisexual. He might just be bi.
Right.
Yeah.
He still cheated on her, though.
Yeah.
Definitely cheated.
Right.
Definitely.
He said human actions are just a byproduct of accidental brain chemistry, and that his chemistry had been altered through no fault of his own due to the higher altitudes of Utah. He couldn't believe I would blame him for something medical and scientific that was out of his control.
Spin zone.
I love that, dude. Anytime a guy is using like 4-syllable words to you to talk about something that he fucked up doing, he's really grasping at straws to try to figure out how to rationalize that behavior.
That's hilarious.
All right, well, just maybe don't go up high anymore.
Stay low. Save your relationship.
Yeah.
Stay low.
Stay at sea level.
Yeah. Like New Orleans, straightest city in America. It's because they're below sea level. Think about it. All right. This has been Macrodosing. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Love you guys.
Knock, knock. Who got the candy for the kids? Knock, knock. Who got the candy for the kids? Knock, knock. Who got the candy for the kids? Knock, knock. For the kids, knock, knock.
Trick or treating, welcome into Halloween. Don't be scared when you start to hear the screams. Give me candy, we don't want no problems. Give it to me or you're gonna see a monster.
Put some candy on your doorstep. I'm surprised there isn't more yet.
Where is all the Reese's? I'm about to tear this place to pieces. Yeah. Where is all your Kit Kats? Huh? Open up your baggie, let me get that.
I want everything I like. Open up and take a little bite. Mobbing all night. Walking down the streets through the mist.
I think I'ma treat you with some tricks. Say it like this. Here's a little tip.
Give me all your candy, stop acting like a witch.
Knock, knock. Who got the candy for the kids? Knock, knock. Who got the candy for the kids? Knock, knock. Who got the candy for the kids? Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Who got the candy for the kids? Knock, knock. Who got the candy for the kids? Knock, knock. Who got the candy for the kids?
I'ma have to show the trick-or-treaters what it is. Goblins and ghouls and the werewolves moon. Zombies from the graveyard coming here soon.
Skeletons dancing with the ghosts in the streets where the mummies and the vampires feast.
Blood dripping from the candy bag. Bees coming out my mouth like I'm Candyman,
Hocus pocus, are you into superstition? Vroom vroom on a broom, they be different.
Witches and Wiccans and devilish disguises coming from the smoke while it rises.
I get real happy when it's Halloween night. I'm a pumping sound full of fright.
Right?
We don't want no candy corn.